Hello, this is Joseph Gillette with Frequency Entanglement. I'm normally not making music video how-tos, but I do it for venture capital, which is my main thing. Music is just a hobby and I'm a total noob, but I'm pretty good with computers. I'm a software architect, so I've taken to it pretty natively, and especially with the DAW, FL Studio. So there's something that I was really struggling with for a while that I figured out how to do, so I figured I'm going to do it, and I'm just going to make the video. And that is how to create samples from your tracks, because FL Studio allows you to create sounds inside of FL Studio, but you can also import samples, which are typically WAV files, and then you can use it just to arrange your music, not to actually make the sounds, or you can do both or either or. So it's pretty diverse and it's an amazing program. But what I'm going to do here is I've got a song that I'm working on, and someone offered to help with the mixing, and I'm having trouble. And actually the trouble is with FL Studio has these templates like for EDM and for different kinds of music, and it has all this routing and a control surface and things that it makes it sound muddy. And so what I'm going to do before I send it to the sound engineer, that's going to help me mix it, I'm going to export everything as samples. So that's what we're going to do now. So first what I'm going to do is save it as, so this is not going to be just as it is. Well, first I'm going to just save it. And then save as, and then I'm going to write 4 parts. So everything I'm doing is not going to be, it's going to be a separate file. So my original file where I'm actually trying to make the composition is going to be saved. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each pattern. First I'm going to get rid of this, I have to think about that, because that's actually affecting one of the, okay, so basically, okay, I'm just going to start here. I'm going to zoom out, and so what you do is you have to put each sound on a track. So if it repeats, there's no point in having it more than once. So here, that's actually a sample, so I'm going to delete that. Put the bass here, delete all that. These are ARPs. We have that. And then we're going to do the kick, and that should be affected by this this automation clip. And then delete all that, and then I can add some other playlists. So I had this doesn't sound very good. Let's see this. That's pretty good. So we're going to put that. Now what's going to happen, we're going to export this, and there's a couple things that you have to have ready before you do the export. And that is, make sure you want, it's going to export each track as a WAV file. And so the tempo is going to be important, because you could do the same thing. Like I could take the same sound and then export it at different beats per minute, and it would be different. It would just be faster, slower, or whatever. So now I'm at 140, which is what I want, because that's the BPM of the track I'm working on. So I'm going to export it, and it's going to export all these into a folder which I designate. So let's do that. So let me listen to one more. Okay, I'm going to add that. It doesn't really matter what order it is. Oh no, I already have that. So 2, 4, 3. I don't have 3. Okay, so I'm just going to put 3 down here, or 2. Okay, it's fine the way it is. So here's what you do. You go to File, Export, All Playlist Tracks from Song Start. So it's going to first ask me for a folder where I want it, and I've created a folder which is just samples, and then I'm going to create a folder for this 140 and then it's going to export all of these tracks as playlists in that folder. I mean, as WAV files. So select folder, and then now this is just like your normally when you're saving a wave. This is what it looks like. So I'm going to click Start, and it's going to go one by one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some tracks were skipped, and the tracks that it skipped were there was this track which is the mix, it's an effect, automation clip. So let's open that folder. It is music, samples, and then here we go, ARP example. Now here are all the individual parts. So let's play the kick. Now here's the thing. I'm glad that I caught this. So it's going to name them according to what it's named. So I actually put the pad in the kick track because this was a template. The templates for FL Studio actually screw me up a lot more than they help. I just put the pad first because it was the first sound in the song, but so it named it the kick, but it's not the kick. So these are all they have to be renamed, but that's how this works. So all you have to do is this process. You just go to File, Export, and then all playlist tracks from song start, and it's going to create WAV files for each of these, and then you can just play them. And what's cool is, so that's the kick. You can then, if you wanted to do some mixing, add them back into the song. See, now it's come back in as a wave. Now it's a little easier to, like, you can just max it out, for example. Now, here's the thing, is that it's easier to, sometimes, in some cases, it's easier to work with samples rather than, like, if I had this kick here, the way it is here, I'm not sure if this is the 808 or that kick. They're two different kicks, but yeah, it's this one. It's the 808. So instead of working with the 808 like that, you can just look how easy it is to make that sound nice. So this is something that it's kind of annoying to do, but especially in my case, I'm working with the sound engineer. It's not that complicated, but it's a very handy tool that you can export everything as a wave. Now you can, it's unlimited, so every wave that you want for every sound, you just have to make one pattern, so you don't have to do all the repeating unless you want it to be longer. It's gonna export it as long as it is in the playlist. So I thought that was cool. If you want some stuff, I'm going to be publishing some free things like this video, maybe some of these samples. I'm going to submit some to Splice, and just as I'm making and using stuff myself, I'm going to give whatever I make away for free, because this isn't really my thing. Music is a hobby. I'm not trying to. Man, I don't know how people make money in this space. It's so difficult, but it's very creative and it's cool. It stimulates your creative part of your brain, and I think that there's something special about making music, actually making it. At least for me, I suppose it's how people do art, and it's not for me. So everyone has a specific flavor of ice cream they like, and for me, it's making music and gardening. So that's all for this video. I'm probably going to put some other samples and examples and tools and resources in the description, and I'm going to put them on my website. It's frequencyentanglement.com. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and make good music.